It is bright right there. Very bright. Very, very bright. Very bright. Haha. I'm now a sunblock. Pretty good. Pretty good. Hey. Turn that music off. Turn that music off. All right. What up, everybody? What is up? What is up? This is the Super Bowl pre-show. We were going to have an awesome guest with us this year, and he would have been Bojack, but unfortunately, he is unable to make it. We forgot to kind of give him the Wi-Fi that he needs to be on the broadcast, but we're not going to talk about that. You know, I have to do this because this is very awkward real quick. There we go. There we go. I want to be under this logo. You can be under that logo. Okay.
I was waiting for you to realize we were a little messed up there.
Oh, man, that would have been interesting. But ladies and gentlemen, that is right. Following the broadcast, we will be having a 30-minute practice on the field. That will be private cameras on the Mason camera and the Austin camera. And then we will be right back on StreamYard. And those cameras will be exclusively to YouTube. So definitely hit the subscribe button for YouTube if you want to watch the practice for 30 minutes. Following that 30-minute practice, we will be hitting we were going to do an interview process, but there's no reason to interview each other since we're kind of opponents. So we're going to have to skip the interview process. So we'll probably have another 5 to 10 minute after the 30 minutes to kind of set up for the Super Bowl. So following that will be the Super Bowl. Black Knights versus Dragons.
Kind of ironic if you think about it.
Very
Because if you look back in medieval times, knights
23, 22, something like that.
Knights fought dragons, so
Yep. We're back. We are back in the Super Bowl. It was a tough one, though. I ain't gonna lie, it was tough to get here. Both of us sitting at second seed. And I don't know how the turnout would have been, though, if, Eagles, I meant Huskies, was able to take an 8-0 record before they went to, copy their cousin or their nephew, and to staying, hey, let's keep the family together. Let's stay in Rio de Janeiro or whatever it is. And stuff like that. I mean, but I will not. The Wizards, man, they're going to be coming down with redemption, man.
Oh, absolutely.
They're going to be coming down with redemption, and I definitely cannot wait to see how this pans out. On the Madden 26 aspect, I will be pre-ordering that here in a couple months, getting that all ready. But I'm not starting a franchise until we have the crew that has the Madden 26 franchise, and we will see who will be the Madden 26 champion. So until then, we'll be sticking with 25, even if it crosses over when 26 does come out, to kind of keep that franchise a little going, because we have an awesome setup for the free agency for season 2. But the first season is always the season to see who is crowned Super Bowl champion between the franchise. So,
absolutely.
All right, so let's go ahead and dig into stats. And when I mean stats, I'm talking about postseason stats. We already went over what happened in the season. This is postseason stats, and this is what's going to happen right now. So our postseason stats for quarterback aspect, I'm going to go ahead and have you, Mason, because I don't want to talk about our own team. You know what I mean? So,
alrighty. So for the Dragons, you got Patrick Mahomes. He's been doing his thing. In the postseason, he's got 1,004 passing yards. Not bad. Very good. Over 1,000 in the postseason is
really good.
I don't even know how to put it into words.
Yeah.
He's got 8 passing touchdowns, 1 interception. So the touchdown to interception ratio is fairly positive. He's
Mm-hmm.
got an 85% completion rate, and he's throwing about 254 yards a game. And he's also been sacked 4 times.
Absolutely, absolutely. But let's go ahead and talk about your quarterback, my brother, and that is Justin Herbert. Man, when you traded for him, I mean, do you really think? I mean, obviously you're at the Super Bowl, but there are rumors that if you lose tonight, could Justin Herbert be traded to the Eagles?
Um,
Allen Hurts, or are you going to give Justin Herbert another shot, or are you going to keep the fans figuring out how the performance of Justin Herbert will be tonight? Because if it's a close game, it's an up.
I mean, I guess I'm gonna leave everybody with this. I guess we'll just let the Super Bowl do the talking.
No, well, I guess we shall see. But Justin Herbert for the postseason has had 513 passing yards, 4 passing touchdowns, 3 interceptions, a 75% completion rating, 171 yards per game, or passing yards per game, and he's only been sacked once so far in the postseason. So it's going to be a close quarterback competition between Patrick and Justin Herbert. So,
Oh, absolutely.
whoa, Twitch. I don't want to hear you, Twitch. Thank you. Anyways, I like heard myself for a second. I'm like, what in the giant bull crap is that? All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the rushing between the two teams. Go ahead and talk about yeah.
Alrighty, so for the Dragons, we got Brees Hall, and in the postseason, he's put up 270 rushing yards with 4 touchdowns at about a 4.8 yards per carry average.
Yeah, Brees Hall has been, doing his part on the football league, but this is where I think it's kind of funny in this situation because Brees Hall dominated, with the touchdowns, going into the regular season, getting the NFL record and beating it. But Jamar Gibbs this postseason has 376 rushing yards, so over 100 more rushing yards than Brees Hall. He has 2 more touchdowns than Brees Hall, and he has a 6.1 average. So with 6 touchdowns, 6.1 average, Jamar Gibbs in the P season is kicking it. Hold on 1 second. One. All right, sorry about that. I had some technical difficulties as far as a situation that occurred, but so yeah, Jamar Gibbs, man, both running backs I think are going to be really highly utilized in both aspects of the game and figuring out what situations happen within the game. So these two, man,
Absolutely.
what are your thoughts between these two? I mean, in your honest opinion, try not to be biased or anything like that, but like these two, Brees Hall, Jamar Gibbs, these two have been killing it all season, and now they have a matchup. I think that's a bigger matchup than Patrick and Justin Herbert. You
Oh,
know what I mean?
absolutely.
So,
I think in a league nowadays, and even in real life and Madden, you see a lot of pass heavy offenses.
mm-hmm.
So to see both Jameer Gibbs and Brees Hall doing their thing, running the ball, it's good to know that they can still have an impact on the game when they're needed.
Oh, 100%, 100%. So that's really going to come into play. So let's talk about. So we're going to talk about the top 3 receivers per team. All right. So why don't you go ahead and talk about the Dragons' top 3 receivers.
Alrighty, at number 1, we got Travis Kelsey, which really, isn't a surprise. He is
Nope.
Patrick Mahomes' favorite target. He's got 14 receptions, 311 receiving yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Definitely this postseason, Travis Kelsey has been a good reliable source as far as heading into the postseason. During the beginning of the season, I know Travis Kelsey wasn't really being utilized because of the other weapons we have, but
There was even talk of him being traded, if I do believe, or if I do remember.
Absolutely, there was talks, and there might still be talks of selling Travis Kelsey. I mean, trading Travis. $1 for Travis Kelsey.
Sold. Okay, now sitting at number 2 for the Dragons is Cortland Sutton,
This
a
guy.
man who
I called your office and asked personally because you and I, we're like, we've gone through history over the years and stuff like that, so we have this bond and this this business relationship we have, and definitely friends even beyond this point, brothers, if that's close enough, god damn it. But I had to call you up and say, man, I know you were a huge Broncos fan before owning the Black Knights. I'm like, bro, I'm going through this list. I mean, who do you think? And you said Cortland Sutton, and I'm like, okay, this dude.
And he's sitting at 11 receptions, 180 receiving yards, and 3 touchdowns. So he's been doing his thing.
He's definitely been in the good spots there. So I definitely appreciate that with his hard work and dedication.
And then at number 3, it's Rashid Rice with 6 receptions, 76 receiving yards, and 1 touchdown.
1 touchdown. He's there when we need him. I know that there has been times I've Patrick and Rice has been trying to connect, but you just got to get open. That's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and talk about your guys. We got how the hell you know Amon Ra? I mean, I'm glad I don't have him because I'll be
Amon Ra, I think.
Amon Ra St. Brown. I'm just gonna call him St. Brown. St. Brown, 12 receptions, 205 receiving yards, and a tutty. You got a tutty. We got Jamerson Williams with 6 receptions this postseason, 61 receiving yards, and a tutty. Then, speaking of tight ends, Sam Laporta with 6 receptions this postseason, 70 receiving yards, and a tutty going in to the postseason. There's a lot of tutties. I like that. Now, we are going to talk about our top 3 defensive threats. Go ahead, my brother.
Alrighty, for the Dragons, you got Nick Bolton, who I believe is a middle linebacker.
Yep.
He's got 10 solo tackles, 18 total tackles, and 1 interception.
He's got an inty. That doesn't sound really good. Go ahead.
Sitting at number 2, Justin Reed with 4 solo tackles, 12 total tackles, and an interception himself. And then sitting at number 3 is Mike Hilton with 4 solo tackles, 11 total tackles, and 1 interception.
Absolutely. And with the Black Knights, the 3 that popped out for defensive threats is Brian Branch with 9 solo tackles, 13 total tackles, and an interception. This other guy, Alex Anzalone, 14 solo tackles, 19 total tackles, and 2 interceptions this postseason. That's awesome. That to me is really awesome. Then we got Jack Campbell, 7 solo tackles, 12 total tackles, and an interception. We don't know why the analyst thought that it was good to tell us anything about kicking. But I guess we're going to read it here. I'm just going to read these two real quick. We got Jack Bates with 1-for-1 field goal and 7 extra points. So good job kicking that 1 field goal this postseason.
Yes, thank you.
And what about my 50%er kicker?
Harrison Butker, who is 2 for 4 on field goals, and he has kicked 15 extra points.
All right, we're going to go ahead and talk about the MVPs awards for the top 10 awards here. I'm going to go ahead and say the first 3. Well, then you'll say the next 3. Then you'll say 7 and 8, and I'll do 9 and 10.
Awesome.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Lamar Jackson from the Wizards for MVP. Alongside Josh Allen from the Buffalo Bills. Dak Prescott from the Cowboys. I can't believe that, those 3. What about us? We're in the freaking Super Bowl, man.
Alrighty, number 4, you got Jahmyr Gibbs.
Fuck you.
Number 5, Breece Hall.
Woo!
Number 6, Joe Burrows.
Joe Burrow. I can't believe it.
Number 7, Jalen Hurts. And number 8, Rod Purdy.
And then number 9, Tua Tagovailoa, blah, blah, blah. Tua from the Dolphins. And then we got CJ Stroud at number 10 with the Texans. Man, this is going to be a great Super Bowl, man. Are we ready to go sit down and do a 30-minute practice?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck out there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into this broadcast. Let's get ready for go to YouTube, hit subscribe, watch what goes on in the practice between the Black Knights and the Dragons, and then following that will be the Super Bowl. Back on Twitch, back on Facebook, back on StreamYard. Whoop, whoop. Good luck to you, Mason.
Good luck, brother.